Most people have no idea that the way they sleep each night may be silently affecting one of the most important systems in the human body, digestion. Not just comfort, not just bloating, not just heartburn, but the entire chain reaction that determines whether your body repairs itself through the night or struggles in the dark while you sleep. And the shocking part is this: millions of people are unknowingly making that struggle worse by sleeping on the wrong side of their body every single night. You can eat healthy, you can drink more water, you can take vitamins, you can avoid junk food, but if the position you sleep in is working against your anatomy for 7 or 8 hours straight, your body may still be paying a price that you feel the next morning as fatigue, heaviness, pressure, reflux, nausea, poor sleep, and a strange discomfort you can never fully explain, because digestion doesn't stop when you go to sleep. In many ways, that's when your body is trying its hardest to recover from everything you put it through during the day. Most people think sleep is just shutting down, but biologically, sleep is one of the most active healing periods your body has. Hormones shift, tissues repair, inflammation is regulated, and your digestive system continues processing, sorting, moving, absorbing, and clearing. That means your body is still working, even when you are unconscious. And if your sleeping position is interfering with that natural design, your body has to fight gravity, pressure, and anatomy at the exact moment it should be resting. This is where one simple truth changes everything. Your organs are not placed symmetrically. Your stomach does not sit perfectly in the middle of your body. It curves and leans more toward the left side. Your pancreas also sits in a position that favors more natural drainage and digestive flow when the body is placed correctly. That means when you lie on your left side, gravity can actually help your body digest more efficiently, but when you sleep on the wrong side, that same gravity may work against you for hours. And this is not some wellness myth. This is anatomy, this is physiology, this is mechanical reality inside the human body. When you sleep on your left side, food and digestive juices can move through the stomach in a direction that places less strain on the system. It allows the stomach to rest in a more favorable position. It may reduce pressure where it matters most. And that becomes incredibly important for people who eat dinner late, go to bed too soon after meals, or wake up with that awful feeling of heaviness in the upper abdomen. Because what many people call bad sleep is often the body struggling to digest under pressure all night long. And then there is acid reflux, one of the most common nighttime health problems in the world, and one of the most ignored. That burning feeling in the chest, that sour taste rising into the throat, that cough that appears only when you lie down, that choking sensation at night, that throat clearing in the morning, that feeling like something is pushing back up into your mouth after dinner. Millions of people live with this, and many never realize that their sleeping position may be making it worse every single night. Inside your body, there is a muscular valve between the esophagus and the stomach called the lower esophageal sphincter. Its job is simple but critical to keep stomach acid where it belongs, but when pressure increases or when that valve becomes weakened, stomach acid can begin to travel upward. And when that happens repeatedly through the night, it doesn't just cause discomfort. It can inflame the esophagus, irritate the throat, disturb breathing, disrupt sleep cycles, and slowly damage tissue over time. Now here's where it gets truly eye-opening. Research has shown that body position can significantly affect reflux episodes. In simple terms, when you lie on your right side, the structure and angle of the stomach can make it easier for acid to pool in a way that increases the chance of backflow. But when you lie on your left side, gravity helps keep the stomach contents lower, reducing the chance that acid will rise where it should never go. Think about that for a moment. The difference between hours of silent irritation and a more protected night may come down to which side you choose before you fall asleep. That means the burning in your chest may not only be about what you ate. It may be about how you slept afterward. And that should disturb people, because so many are treating symptoms without fixing the nightly habit that keeps feeding the problem. You take an antacid, you sip cold water, you blame the food, you blame stress. But then you turn onto the same side night after night and unknowingly recreate the same internal pressure that keeps your body trapped in the cycle. This is why so many people feel like their digestion is random. It's not always random. Sometimes it's mechanical. Sometimes it's positional. Sometimes it's what your body has been trying to tell you for years. And if that wasn't enough, poor nighttime digestion doesn't stay in the stomach. It affects the entire next day, because when your body spends the night dealing with reflux, delayed digestion, abdominal pressure, or disturbed sleep, you often wake up with more than discomfort. You wake up inflamed, you wake up foggy, you wake up tired, you wake up bloated before the day even begins. Your energy feels low, your mood feels off, your appetite becomes confused. You may crave sugar, caffeine, or salt because your body is trying to compensate for poor restoration. And then the cycle begins again. That is why this is not just a sleep tip. This is a health pattern. And one of the most powerful things about it is that it costs nothing to try. No prescription, no supplement, no expensive device, no complicated routine. Just one intelligent shift based on how the human body is built. Now, does this mean left side sleeping is a miracle cure for every digestive issue? No. And it would be irresponsible to say that. If someone has severe reflux, ulcers, gallbladder disease, chronic gastrointestinal problems, or unexplained pain, they need proper medical evaluation. But what this does mean is that millions of people may be missing one of the easiest ways to reduce unnecessary digestive stress while they sleep. And when a change is simple, safe, and supported by body mechanics, ignoring it becomes harder to justify. What makes this even more powerful is that the body responds to consistency, not perfection, consistency. One night on your left side may help, but a week can teach your body a pattern. 2 weeks can reveal whether your reflux eases, whether your mornings feel lighter, whether your chest burns less, whether your bloating reduces, whether your sleep feels deeper. This is where real healing habits begin, not with one dramatic transformation, but with one repeated act of alignment. And there is something deeply unsettling about realizing that the body has probably been trying to protect you all along. Every time you tossed and turned after a heavy meal, every time you woke up coughing in the dark, every time you felt pressure in your chest and called it normal, every time you blamed exhaustion on stress alone, your body may have been signaling something much simpler. Not everything in health is about adding more. Sometimes healing begins when you stop forcing your body into a position that makes its job harder. And maybe that is the lesson most people need to hear. Your body is not lazy. Your digestion is not weak. Your sleep is not always broken. Sometimes your body is simply being placed in the wrong position for thousands of hours over the course of your life. And once you understand that, you can never unknow it, because tonight, when you lie down, you will have a choice. You can sleep the same way you always have and hope tomorrow feels different, or you can give your body one small advantage it has probably been needing for years. Turn to your left. Let gravity work with you. Let anatomy work for you. Let your stomach rest where it functions best. Let your esophagus stay more protected. Let your body spend the night healing instead of struggling. And if something this small can reduce the silent stress your body faces every night, then maybe the real shock is not that left side. Sleeping helps digestion. The real shock is how many people have been suffering simply because no one ever told them. Every night, millions of people climb into bed believing they are about to rest. But what if their body is entering a position of silent stress instead of recovery? What if the very way they sleep is slowly affecting how they breathe, how their spine heals, how their blood and lymph circulate, how their nerves recover, and how exhausted they feel when they wake up? Because for many people, the problem is not only that they are not sleeping enough. It is that their body is spending the entire night trapped in the wrong position. And that should concern you more than most health warnings ever will, because you repeat your sleep position for nearly 1/3 of your life. Think about that. A bad sitting posture lasts hours. A bad sleep posture lasts years, and the body keeps score. Most people think sleep is a passive event. They think if their eyes are closed and they are unconscious, the body is automatically recovering. But the truth is much more unsettling. Sleep is one of the most biologically active repair windows in human life. During sleep, your muscles relax, your breathing patterns shift, your spinal discs rehydrate, your nervous system recalibrates, your cardiovascular system adjusts, your immune system strengthens, and your brain begins one of its most important cleaning cycles. In other words, your body does not shut off at night, it goes to work. And if your posture is wrong during those critical hours, then the very time designed for healing can quietly become a time of compression, obstruction, tension, and internal imbalance. Let's start with breathing because nothing matters more than oxygen. One of the most dangerous misconceptions people have is that snoring is just annoying. They laugh about it, they normalize it, they make jokes about it, but snoring can be a warning sign that your airway is collapsing or narrowing while you sleep. And one of the biggest reasons that happens is position. When you sleep flat on your back, gravity can pull the tongue, jaw, and soft tissues of the throat backward. That means the airway can become narrower at the exact moment your body needs deep, uninterrupted oxygen flow for repair. This can lead to louder snoring, more fragmented sleep, mouth breathing, dry mouth, headaches, poor oxygenation, and for some people, far more serious breathing disruption. And the terrifying part is this: you may not even know it is happening. You may just wake up tired, foggy, irritable, or exhausted and blame stress, age, or bad sleep, when the real issue is that your airway spent the entire night under unnecessary strain, and poor breathing at night does not stay in the night. It follows you into your next day. When oxygen flow is compromised, even subtly, your body can pay for it with lower energy, poorer concentration, reduced exercise performance, more inflammation, and weaker recovery. That means the position you choose in bed can influence how alive or how drained you feel when you wake up. That is not a small thing, that is foundational. Now let's talk about the spine, because this is where so many people are unknowingly sabotaging their own recovery. Your spine is not supposed to be twisted for 7 or 8 hours. It is not supposed to be bent, collapsed, or rotated under load all night long. Yet every night, people fall asleep with their neck cranked sideways, their shoulders jammed forward, their lower back twisted, and their hips uneven, and then wake up wondering why they feel like their body got into a fight while they were asleep. Here is what is happening. Your spine is made of vertebrae, discs, joints, ligaments, nerves, and surrounding muscles that all depend on alignment. During the day, gravity compresses the spine, but at night, especially during healthy sleep, the discs in your spine absorb fluid again. They begin to rehydrate, they begin to restore. This is one of the reasons many people are slightly taller in the morning than at night. Your body is literally trying to decompress and repair, but if your sleeping position is crooked, unsupported, or collapsed, then that healing process happens under uneven pressure. That means one side may be compressed while the other is stretched. One shoulder may be rolled forward while the neck is pulled out of line. One hip may rotate the pelvis while the lower back absorbs the twist for hours. And over time, your body starts paying that debt in stiffness, pain, numbness, tightness, tension headaches, and morning discomfort that people foolishly call normal aging. It is not always aging. Sometimes it is repetition. Sometimes it is your body begging for a better position. And then there are the nerves. This is one of the most overlooked sleep problems in the world. If you have ever woken up with a numb hand, tingling fingers, a dead arm shoulder pain, burning down the neck, or strange electric discomfort in your upper back or hip, your body may have spent the night compressing nerves and blood vessels in a bad position. And people ignore this all the time. They shake the arm out. They roll over, they laugh it off, but numbness is not cute. It is a warning. It means something was compressed long enough to affect circulation or nerve signaling. And if it keeps happening night after night, the body does not simply forget. It adapts to the damage. This is why sleeping with your arm trapped under your body, your neck angled too high or too low, or your shoulder crushed beneath your weight, can slowly become a source of chronic irritation. Not one dramatic injury, just thousands of quiet hours of compression. Now let's go even deeper circulation. Because while most people think of sleep as lying still, your body's internal fluid systems are still moving all night long. Blood must circulate, lymph must drain, tissues must exchange nutrients and waste, fluid must move in and out of cells. Inflammatory byproducts must be cleared, and your body position influences all of it. This is where the science becomes more powerful than most people expect. Your lymphatic system, the system that helps remove waste, support immunity, and regulate fluid balance, does not have a pump like the heart. It relies heavily on movement, muscle activity, breathing, and body mechanics. That means posture and positioning matter more than people realize. If your body is collapsed, compressed, or held in a poor position for hours, you may be reducing how efficiently certain areas drain and recover. That can contribute to morning puffiness, stiffness, pressure, and a sluggish, heavy feeling that many people carry into the next day without understanding why. And then there is the brain. This is where it becomes impossible to dismiss sleep position as a small issue. During sleep, your brain activates a waste clearing network often called the glymphatic system. Think of it as the brain's nighttime sanitation crew. It helps clear metabolic byproducts that accumulate during waking hours. This process is believed to be especially active during deep sleep. And some research suggests that side sleeping may support this cleaning process more effectively than certain other positions. That means the way you position your body may influence how efficiently your brain performs one of its most important maintenance functions while you sleep. Read that again in your mind. Your sleep position may affect not only your comfort, but your brain's ability to clean itself at night. That should wake people up, because brain fog is not always just stress. Mental fatigue is not always just overwork. Sometimes the body is not recovering efficiently because the sleep itself is not structurally supportive. And what makes this even more serious is how people normalize the warning signs. They normalize waking up tired. They normalize stiff necks. They normalize low back pain. They normalize headaches. They normalize snoring. They normalize numb arms. They normalize poor sleep quality. They normalize waking up more exhausted than when they went to bed. But normal does not mean healthy. Common does not mean harmless. And repeated dysfunction does not become safe just because millions of people are doing it. Now here is the part that changes everything. The body often does not need extreme solutions. It needs intelligent support. A better pillow, a more neutral neck position, a pillow between the knees, a pillow hugged to the chest. A side, sleeping position that keeps the airway open. A setup that allows the spine to stay aligned instead of twisted. These sound like small things, but the body experiences them for thousands of minutes every month. That is where transformation hides. Not only in dramatic health hacks, but in the silent mechanics you repeat every night. And if you are thinking, can something this simple really make that much difference? Ask yourself a better question. How much damage can the wrong position do if you hold it for 1/3 of your life? That is the real question, because the body is always adapting to support or to stress, to alignment or to compensation, to healing or to survival, and what most people call poor sleep is often a body trapped in survival mode all night long. That is why this matters so much, because sleep is not only about unconsciousness, it is about restoration. And restoration is not automatic when posture is destructive. So tonight, before you fall asleep the same way you always do, understand what is really at stake. Your breathing, your spine, your nerves, your circulation, your recovery, your brain, your next day. Your long-term health. All of it is being influenced in silence while the lights are off and the world is asleep. And maybe the most shocking truth of all is this: some people are spending years trying to fix their fatigue, pain, stiffness, headaches, poor recovery, and low energy during the day without ever correcting what their body is enduring every single night. That is why this is bigger than comfort. This is body mechanics. This is physiology. This is survival hidden inside routine. So if you want to give your body a better chance to heal, breathe, recover, and wake up stronger, do not only ask how long you sleep. Ask what position your body is trapped in while it is trying to save you. Because once you understand that, you will never look at sleep the same way again.